Be me. 26-year-old feminist dating boyfriend for 2 years now. He's great guy, works in tech. I work in nonprofit advocacy. Relationship is good. We get along well and have solid connection. Always been interested in progressive relationship structures and alternatives. Spend a lot of time reading about polyamory and relationship anarchy online. Learn that monogamy is actually social construct, created by patriarchy really. Designed to control women and treat them as property of men. Start believing that enlightened people should reject monogamous relationships entirely. Tell myself that jealousy is just conditioning. We can unlearn with work. Decide, I need to bring this up with boyfriend. See if he's open. Start casual conversation about how monogamy is outdated social construct. Explain that humans aren't naturally monogamous. It's just cultural conditioning here. Tell him that relationship exclusivity is rooted in patriarchal ownership concepts. Say that evolved people should be free to explore connections with others. He looks uncomfortable and says he's pretty happy with our monogamous relationship. Tell him that's just because he's been conditioned by society to think that. Say that real love isn't about possession or controlling another person's body. He says he doesn't think monogamy is about control, it's about commitment. Tell him commitment and exclusivity aren't the same thing at all, actually. He says, okay, I guess, but I'm not really interested in seeing other people. Keep bringing it up over next few weeks, reading him articles about non-monogamy. Send him think pieces about how monogamy culture is toxic and limiting. Explain that jealousy is just social conditioning we can overcome with communication. Tell him that truly secure people don't need exclusivity to feel loved. He keeps saying he's fine with monogamy and isn't interested in changing. Start feeling frustrated that he's not open to progressive relationship structures here. Tell him he's being possessive and treating me like his property, demanding exclusivity. Say that if he really loved me, he'd want me to be free. He gets quiet and says he never demanded anything, just said what he preferred. Tell him preference for monogamy is still rooted in patriarchal ownership mentality. Month of these conversations, and he finally says, okay, fine, let's try it. Feel excited that he's finally open to exploring non-monogamy with me. Ask him what changed his mind about opening up our relationship structure. He says, I convinced him with all my arguments about it being social construct. Says, if monogamy is just conditioning, then maybe we should deconstruct it. Feel validated that my progressive views are influencing him toward enlightenment. We set ground rules about communication and honesty about other connections. Agree that we'll tell each other about other people we're seeing or interested. Establish that our relationship is primary, but we're free to explore others. Feel proud that we're evolved enough to reject traditional relationship structures. Few weeks pass, and I haven't actually pursued anyone else yet. Been too busy with work and honestly haven't met anyone I'm interested in. Assume boyfriend is in same situation, just going about normal life and routine. Notice he's been on his phone more than usual, texting and smiling. Ask him who he's texting, and he says, just a girl he met at coffee shop. Feel weird flutter in my stomach, but remind myself, jealousy is just conditioning. Ask him if he's interested in her, and he says, yeah, they've been talking. Tells me her name is Sarah, and they have a lot in common with similar interests. Says they're going out for drinks tomorrow night, if that's okay with me. Want to say no, but I literally argued for this, so I say of course that's fine. He goes out with Sarah, and I sit at home feeling anxious and weird. Keep checking my phone to see if he's texted, but nothing for hours. Tell myself I'm being irrational, and jealousy is just patriarchal conditioning showing. Try to distract myself with Netflix, but can't focus on anything at all. He comes home at midnight and seems really happy with big smile on face. Asks how my evening was, and I say fine, even though I was miserable. He tells me Sarah is really cool, and they had great time together. Says they're planning to hang out again this weekend if I'm comfortable. Feel knot in my stomach, but tell him yes. I'm fine with it, totally cool. He seems relieved and goes to bed while I lie awake feeling sick. Week later, and he's seeing Sarah regularly, couple times a week now. He tells me about their dates and how much fun he's having with her. Notice he talks about her a lot. Mentions things she said or things they did. Feel jealous and possessive, but can't say anything because I pushed for this. Remind myself that I argued monogamy is just social construct, so I can't complain. Try to go on dates with other guys to even things out, but heart's not in it. Swipe on dating apps and go on few dates, but just want to be home. Meanwhile, boyfriend is genuinely enjoying his time with Sarah, forming real connection. Feel like I'm losing him, but I literally can't say that without contradicting everything. Watch him get excited about seeing her while I sit home feeling abandoned. Month in, and boyfriend spending more time with Sarah than with me now. He's out with her 3 or 4 nights a week while I sit home alone. When he is home, he's texting her constantly and seems distracted from me. Try to plan date night with him, and he says he already has plans with Sarah. Feel hurt, but remind myself I can't be possessive, that's patriarchal thinking. Suggest we spend more quality time together, just us like we used to. He says I thought the whole point was we're free to explore other connections. Reminds me that I said truly secure people don't need constant attention from partner. Realize he's using my own arguments against me, and I have no rebuttal. Feel trapped by my own ideology, can't admit I'm jealous and want him back. Ask him how serious things are getting with Sarah, and he says pretty serious. Tells me they have really strong connection, and she gets him in ways I don't. Says she's more laid back and doesn't analyze the relationship constantly like I do. Feel like I've been punched in the stomach hearing him compare us. Ask if he still loves me, and he says of course, but love isn't finite resource. Reminds me that I said people can love multiple people. It's not a competition. Tells me I'm being insecure and possessive, exactly what I said. We should overcome. Says I need to work on my jealousy because it's just social conditioning. Want to scream that I changed my mind. I want monogamy back, but can't admit. Would mean admitting I was wrong about everything I argued for months. 2 months in, and he tells me Sarah is coming over to our apartment. Says she wants to meet me since we're both important people in his life. Feel sick at thought of meeting this woman who's taken my boyfriend from me. But agree because refusing would make me look like jealous, insecure person. Sarah comes over, and she's pretty and cool, and I immediately hate her. Watch them interact with easy chemistry, and inside jokes already form between them. She's touchy with him, putting hand on his arm, laughing at everything he says. He looks at her the way he used to look at me when we first started dating. Sit there feeling like third wheel in my own relationship, in my own apartment. She leaves, and I break down crying, telling him I can't do this anymore. He looks surprised and says, "But this was your idea. You convinced me to try." Reminds me of all my arguments about monogamy being patriarchal social construct. Says he was happy with monogamy, but I insisted we needed to be more evolved. Tells me he's actually really happy with current arrangement, seeing both of us. Says he loves us both and doesn't want to choose. He thought that was the point. Ask him if he'd be willing to go back to monogamy, just us like before. He's quiet for a long time, then says honestly, he doesn't want to give up Sarah. Says he's developed real feelings for her, and it wouldn't be fair to end it. Tells me I need to work through my jealousy like I said people should do. Feel my entire world crumbling because I created this situation myself completely. Start posting online and polyamory forums asking for advice on handling jealousy. Everyone tells me jealousy is valid, but I need to process it and work through. They say I can't control my partner's other relationships, only control my reactions. Tell them I'm struggling watching him fall in love with someone else increasingly. They ask if I actually want polyamory, or if I just like the idea theoretically. Realize I like the idea, but hate the reality of sharing my boyfriend. Admit that I think I might actually want monogamy, but already opened this door. They tell me I need to communicate with my partner about my true feelings. But I know if I do that, he'll just say I convinced him, can't take back. Feel stuck in nightmare of my own creation, watching him slip away daily. 3 months in, and boyfriend is basically living double life with 2 girlfriends. Splits his time between me and Sarah pretty evenly throughout each week. Our relationship has become hollow shell of what it was before opening up. We don't have deep conversations anymore, don't really connect like we used to. Most of our time together, he's distracted thinking about Sarah or texting her. Our intimate life has decreased significantly because he's getting needs met elsewhere. Feel like I'm losing him slowly, but I can't close the relationship now. He's genuinely happy with this arrangement, happier than he was with just me. Realize that opening relationship showed him he could do better than monogamy. Now I'm stuck in situation I created watching him fall in love with someone else. Sarah starts staying over at our apartment, sometimes sleeping in our bed. Feel uncomfortable, but boyfriend says refusing would be me imposing hierarchy. Tells me that everyone should be equal in ethical non-monogamy, no primary-secondary. Remind him we agreed I was primary partner, but he says that was before. Says his relationship with Sarah has evolved and she deserves equal consideration. Watch them cuddle on couch while I sit in chair feeling like outsider. They have inside jokes and shared experiences I'm not part of anymore. He takes her on trips and adventures while our relationship has become routine. Realize I'm losing competition. I didn't know I was in until too late. Feel like I'm being slowly erased from his life, replaced by someone better. 6 months, and he tells me he's thinking about moving in with Sarah. Feel panic because that would mean end of our cohabitation and relationship, basically. Ask him what that means for us, and he says we'd still date, just not live together. Tells me relationships can take many forms, and living together isn't requirement. Remind him that I'm his girlfriend of over 2 years, not some casual dating situation. He says, and Sarah is his girlfriend of 6 months. So what's the difference? Says I'm the one who argued that time together doesn't create ownership or hierarchy. Realize he's right. I did argue that, and now I'm trapped by own ideology. Watch him make plans to move in with Sarah while I'm left alone. Feel like I'm being replaced, but I literally argued for this exact situation. Try one last time to tell him I want to go back to monogamy, just us. He says no. He's happy with his life now and doesn't want to change back. Tells me I convinced him that monogamy was patriarchal construct. Remember that. Says he's free now and doesn't want to go back to limiting himself. Asks if I'm saying all my arguments about evolved relationships were wrong. Can't admit I was wrong, so I just say no. I'm still figuring things out. He says, well, I've figured it out and this works for me, even if that doesn't for you. Tells me I'm free to leave if I'm not happy, but he's not changing back. Realize I have choice between staying as secondary or leaving entirely alone. Either way, I lose the monogamous relationship I actually wanted all along. Year later, and I'm still technically his girlfriend, but barely see him. He lives with Sarah now, and I see him maybe once a week if lucky. Our relationship is shadow of what it was, just platonic roommate energy. He's building real life with Sarah while I'm stuck in limbo of my creation. Watch their social media, seeing them happy together, doing couple things constantly. Realize I'm the side piece now, even though I was there first for years. Destroyed my own relationship by pushing ideology I didn't actually want. He took my arguments seriously and built the non-monogamous life I said was evolved. Meanwhile, I'm alone most nights, wishing I could take back everything I said. But it's too late. He's happy with Sarah, and I'm just the other girlfriend now. Still can't admit out loud that I was wrong about monogamy being construct. Would mean admitting I destroyed perfectly good relationship over ideological posturing. Easier to pretend I'm okay with this arrangement than admit I wanted exclusivity. But I'm miserable watching man. I love build his life with someone else. Lie in bed alone most nights while he's with Sarah in home they share. Tell myself I'm evolved and secure, but really I'm just alone and heartbroken. Got exactly what I argued for, and it destroyed everything I actually wanted. He's happy with his enlightened non-monogamous life, and I'm stuck pretending too.